So you're not really able to talk about this, especially the nature of conflicts, even to get to the bottom of it, because when you take away people's enemy, even like sometimes I don't even like to do it, because it really does seem like there's an underdog that's being taken advantage of. But when you know that they're in cahoots, are you just going to still pick an underdog because you have to vote for the lesser of two evils? You know, I didn't vote for evil. When they put the choice to me between two evils and one's the lesser, I didn't vote. So there's proof that you don't have to, because I didn't. They wanted a demilitarized zone and a new no-fly zone, because it's almost like a business without a business. Like there's a lot of money to be made from rebuilding contracts, right? Stuff like that, defense, right? But there also is in bureaucracy, and demilitarized zone is just a beautiful money-making bureaucracy. The theme song of the Philadelphia Eagles going into one of their like playoffs, so we're like happy, really excited to have a no-fly zone. It's almost like seeding your psyche with these little seeds of these little precious moment flowers to lead to some bigger flowers, some shocking, awesome flowering. Okay, so it's almost like they get people to say that this is good and to demand outrage and some kind of answer back for the fact that that some people burst into a park and shot some people. Can you say that could be orchestrated, or wouldn't it offend? You know what I'm saying? And then on the second, it like, doesn't it seem like right to want to back them up because that happened, right? Then especially when they turn off the water, right? A couple of rivers get dammed. It's considered act of war. But does that mean that that's the whole purpose? Is that the whole end game? Because you wouldn't be able to correlate what really, it's like you did something to somebody else. Like you upset somebody, you offended somebody before you get to the bottom of this. Because you're talking about what creates the most bureaucratic opportunity for like a glut of slush funds to be created. It would be a demilitarized zone. But you didn't exactly back up the people that got attacked, right? You didn't back up the people that they denied water to, right? So you must be a baddie, right? But let's just say that I have a little bit of advanced knowledge that suggests that they wanted the second demilitarized zone, like that. And then people look at you like you did something to them, like what? But that's the nature of the paralysis that they're under, right? You have to empathize that you could just as easily have been misled as they are right now. Instead of being upset with them, if they could get that, then they would be fast-tracked, It's like make them receptive to more or less what's actually going on. Like I don't want to argue knick-knack, tit for tat, back and forth with a petty mind little asshole about fucking medical coercion and shakedowns, because they want to believe it didn't happen. Then they're gonna think that you did something to them. You know what I mean? They get to look at you like you offended them, and you don't get to ask what you did. So don't ask what you did, because it's just a trap. Probably gonna say that you won't leave them alone or something like that. But like, you just wouldn't leave people alone before. I couldn't go into the fucking supermarket. I couldn't go into the store. They were calling the police for shopping for some fucking ground beef. Because you're supposed to know that you wear a mask. And then people that aren't able to stand it, because there's like a different, different facial structures. They might extricate more saliva, so find a person spitting more often because the shape of their cheekbones or something. Not everybody could fucking wear a mask, and they couldn't believe it, because they don't have any problem wearing it. But I mean, didn't feel so gross. Like, there's some people are claustrophobic. Some people don't like the taste of a metal fork. Some people like the putting on that thing. It was torture. But because like it doesn't register torture to most of these disgusting, slimy chin, neck breathing little retards, then you didn't have a right to complain. It was like they don't have no empathy for anybody's conditions and shit like that, like they always talking about, you know? Because you did something to them, you know what I mean? They gotta overthrow you psychologically. And they can do it through acquiescence, through a look, through your face. See if you get down with the program, you might play ball. Like, maybe I like you. Like, fuck off.